Outside the armor plaza window, ships fill the blackness of space, orbiting Gedi Prime. An Atreides cargo ship rests next to a Carino ambassadorial vessel. Engines and shields all power down in respect. Or is it false sympathy? The interior of the Harkonnen ship you find yourself in, like everything the house designs, has a stark, cold, industrial functionality to it. You didn't want the Countess's final end to be in such a bleak place, but you've got little choice. From the second your pods touch down in the brackish, bitter waters of the Sea of Ravens, the Harkonnens have been accommodating. They nursed you back to health. They've sorted all the Countess's funeral and summoned the great houses at their own expense. They even offered to do the same for Jiro's sister, Shizu, when word came from Arrakis that she had been found dead in her quarters. Now you stand before the Countess's coffin, all manner of great houses gathered around you, even the Atreides, whose animosity with the Harkonnens is well known. The Bene Gesserit Reverend Mother is here too, but is apart from the nobles. The only ones who seem to be missing are House Vernius and the Emperor himself. Shizu Nagara will have no such ceremony, no pomp or pageantry fit for an heir. Her body will be embalmed and stored below the residence at Arrakis at great expense until such a time you can make arrangements to arrive. You catch Corbus Zahn watching you and your small party. He approaches with a purposeful stride, his sappho juice-stained lips pressed together as he studies the Countess's hair with a look of ambition and pity. We should begin now. So this is a state funeral. It's very scripted with speeches, and it's full of tradition. It's probably a fact that stings even more with it being so far from your home world and being done on a Harkonnen vessel. But this is the situation that you find yourself in. So, like I said, Corbus Zahn will tell you that you should really begin, and it's time to sit down and get on with the ceremony.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, once you do that, Baron Harkonnen steps up during the proceedings, which I'll make him do now. He says, I had the utmost respect for Sakura Nagara, and her loss is a terrible tragedy. I feel a sense of obligation to House Nagara, and now Jiro is the leader. Arrakis is in his hands. But, nevertheless, the Harkonnens will do what we can. It is my personal word to assist them in the management of the planet until the recent disruptions are quelled. May Nagara and Harkonnen be forever allies. And he will go and sit down. And the officiator, probably an Atreides, will look to Jiro and he says, would you like to say any words?
I look to him and says, yes, please.
I'll let you stand there.
You stand before my mother, one of the greatest leaders of House Nagara has ever seen in our history. And now as she were going to do her greatest trial, Arrakis, she has sadly fallen. But House Nagara is like a pack of wolves. We care for our pack, and we are strengthened by the losses. Remorse. House Nagara is not weakened. We emerge stronger from this loss. Arrakis shall be under great control under my rule. The spice will flow. And I just looked towards the coffin and I tried to compose myself.
Yeah.
And I looked towards the rest. On my name as the new leader, I promise you all, I won't fail. Not in my house, and I shan't fail my allies. At those that cross this house Nagara, I look at like the empty chairs in the room, for example. They will regret this action.
Yeah.
And then I bow my head and I go back to my ship.
Never a more poignant word is spoken as the crest of the Nagarans is slowly draped over the casket of the Countess, the head of the wolf. And you all watch slowly as it sinks on motors down below the deck. And your attention turns to the viewport as the ship rotates out towards space, and everybody stands and salutes as the coffin is fired into the void, and you're left to watch, sadly, the end of a great leader. Now, there is a wake after it where people are milling about. You can interact with whoever you want. Like I said, the main people that are not there are the Emperor and the House Vernius, but most of the people that you've encountered will be there. Is there anybody in particular you want to talk to? There are some of your guards that survived here as well. I'll just put them on so you can see them. There will be obviously some Harkonnen guards as well, seeing as it's their ship. But most others. Taras Nikula will be here in addition. And through the course of the wake, everybody kind of comes to pay their respects for the most part. Is there anybody in particular you want to talk to, or nobody? Is it...
Well, if my guards are here to survive on the ship, I will thank them for their services, for helping escape the ship. And then I will probably go to House Atreides representatives and House Harkonnen afterwards to thank them for participating in the funeral.
Okay. Yeah. Duke Leto is there. And Jessica. And they will obviously give you their condolence. And Duke Leto leans in and talks probably a little bit softer than would be expected. And he kind of turns away to the viewport so that nobody can really read his lips. And he says, "I'm truly sorry for your loss, young Jiro. I lost my son, Paul, when he was young. I can only imagine the pain that you're going through."
Thank you, Count Atreides. It's difficult times for us, but we shan't let this weaken us. We have a tough road ahead.
If you need any assistance, you can always try and contact us, and we will do what we can to help you.
I look to him and I nod my head. Thank you. I shall keep that in mind. I will call you if I need help. Thank you so much.
Okay. You're very welcome. Jessica's very dutiful. She doesn't say much of anything. But you do catch her looking at Alice Dominica every now and again. And funnily enough, through I think you've got this hand signals. And if not, you could say that you can understand them even if you can't perform them. But you get the hand signals, Alice, that they do from not only Jessica of the Atreides, but also the Reverend Mother Gaius Helen Mahayam, and they're saying we need to talk. But they're very subtle, too subtle to notice easily.
I'll just kind of, I guess, give a slight nod to acknowledge. And then I'll wait to see. I mean, they said they've having. Well, there's like she stepped back.
She's here, but apart from the nobles, she's not sat with the nobles.
Okay.
So she is effectively like the spokesperson for the emperor, I guess, in this situation. That's how you would read it, because she's the advisor to the emperor.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's the only one from the court here, apart from obviously the heads of the houses. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I would probably excuse myself from the other two and head over.
Okay. You are doing that. What's Natalia doing? Yeah.
Oh, I think he lost. No, there he's back. He's back.
Are you there? What would Natalia like to do, Dave? You don't have to do anything, by the way. You could just, participate in the wake and be all polite if you want to.
See, I think everybody's going to. Now's probably not the time to be asking probing questions of people. So, well, I'm just going to lurk in the background, I think, but just try and do some people watching, just in case anybody looks particularly not. I'm not expecting anybody to look suspicious, but nervous or on edge, probably more than anything else.
I wouldn't say it needs a check. You could tell out of everybody, the one who's probably.
Oh, I really want to be finding out more about.
Oh yeah, you can make a roll to find more out, but the only one who seems to be like not acting as they expect is Niran Rani. He comes across as very wound up. He looks like, like somebody really tense and agitated. He looks like that. Very shifty with his eyes. His eyes don't sit still for 1 second. He's like looking very uncomfortable. Everybody else is obviously doing the whole sympathy thing, or they're covered faces and stood to attention. Yeah. So,
I think we're suspicious of him anyway at the best of times, aren't
yeah,
we?
yeah. He pulled Turo Imshell away when you were leaving. He didn't come near you. He just said it's time to go. And you think back about it. But Jiro, you go to the Harkonnens like you said you were gonna. Is there
Yep.
any one of them in particular that you want to approach?
I will approach at least near around the end to Imshel first before I go to the Baron and tell him I'm grateful for your participating in my mother's funeral. I'm grateful.
You're saying this to Niran Rani, yeah?
Near around the end, Tura Imshel if they are together. Or
Okay. Niran kind of bows his head and he says, "Thank you, but I have done you a great disservice, Lord Jiro. I should have been on that ship. I should have gone to Arrakis with you. And now look what's happened. If I'd have only been there, things might have been different. All I can say is that if it costs me my life, I will have vengeance on House Vernius."
can I do discipline observe to see if it's actually genuine in his speech there, like he feels genuine, like inside essentially.
Yeah, so yes, you can make a discipline check on that one.
Okay.
I think it's opposed. It's yeah.
Okay. I will use discipline and faith with my focus observe, if that's all right. Like I'm observing as he speaks to me.
Yes.
And I want to have faith that he has nothing to do with it because he's one of the few mentors I actually appreciated during our training together.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. That is fine.
Let's see if I can get some momentum for us.
Right. So, it does indeed look like he's being honest. He looks sincere in what he's saying.
Okay. So,
He
yeah.
definitely looks sincere in what he's saying. He's pretty much vowing to get vengeance on House Vernius on your behalf. And he's very tied up about it all.
So yeah, I look at him. You will know this will happen near around.
Meanwhile, you find you like a back corridor in part of the ship where the Reverend Mother goes with Jessica and yourself. She'll have some handmaidens with her. But nothing too bad.
Okay.
Okay. Right. They look around and they open a room with like a small table and chairs. And she immediately turns to you and she uses the voice and says, "Sit down on the chair." And you can't help but go in immediately and sit down on the chair.
Okay.
And they go in and Jessica will stay outside. And she sits down again. And she says, "Now, child, I told you of the prophecy."
You did.
What? You must tell me what happened.
I'm assuming we'd had times that Joe would explain what he saw with the guy and stuff.
Yep. It's been maybe a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, enough time for you to heal from your injuries on the crash and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So yeah, I'll be truthful. And just explain that it was sabotage. The android, I can't remember what you called it, but the
Stymech.
Stymech was the one that was causing the crash. We tried to fix the engines as best we could. We had to give up on any training that we had to be able to fix them. But it still wasn't enough. So we had to abandon ship. Don't fully know exactly what happened with the Countess. She told us, like, we went to fix it. She and Jiro was on the controls. Just what Jiro told us about trying to find out what's happened, and she, gave up. Well, she gave her life to try and save everyone.
She puts her hand up like that and says, "You think me a fool, child. I know the circumstances. I want to know what happened. Who did this?"
We don't know. There's a lot of things that point to Vernius. But we don't know if it is true and it is them, we don't know how they're getting past the Harkonnens to be able to do this sort of stuff.
Have you found any evidence to support that it is House Vernius?
Yeah, one of the sabotage attempts, we apprehended the woman that did it, and I think it was in her quarters.
It was, yeah.
Tapes.
She had tapes, yeah.
Yeah, tapes from Elba Vernius telling her to sabotage and gain intellect about our technology. But they were supposed to meet them on Ikaz.
I know the
Ikaz?
planet. Yeah. I know the planet. The fact that the Cymek was involved suggests that it was House Vernius for their use of technology. Although it could be a screen for someone else.
Yeah.
I thought you would have looked closely at it. You understand we have spent far too long, worked far too hard for us to fail now. Jiro Nagara must arrive at Arrakis.
Yeah, I understand. We'll be looking into what we can, but I think while we're here with the Harkonnens, it is dependent on what information they share and how much we can actually get ourselves.
I see. The question is, child, are you capable? Tell me now if you feel like you cannot handle what needs to be done, and I will have you replaced.
No, I can do what needs to be done. We'll make sure he gets there, and he will be safe.
She looks at you like she's assessing you, then nods slowly and rises. And then says, "Very well. I await your reports. There will be a member of the Sisterhood arrive at Arrakis. You can update her when you see her there."
Okay.
If there is any problems, you will have to deal with it. And then she'll not say anything more. She will go out and open the door and go back to the thing. So I'll leave you with your thoughts in the room if you want to stay there, or if you want to come back out and join the wake again.
I'll probably wait a minute or two to try and just go over it, and then I'll rejoin the wake.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So, there is, if you want to do anything else at the wake, let me know. Otherwise, we will end the scene.
I think I want to speak to the guards and stuff about, because this Stymate, it was on the ship, so if it was pretending to be one of our people, I want to try and ask them that, do you know who this was, or and all that such.
Yeah. Okay. So that's probably a communicate check then. Yeah, because they'll obviously answer whatever questions you ask. It's a case of asking the right question.
Okay.
So the check is about that. So it's only a difficulty 1, I would think.
We'll see what that is. So communicate. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, not very good at communicating.
That's my lowest skill.
Yeah.
So drive. I think I'd just go for truth. It's the simplest one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, that's the most relevant. Okay. So from questioning them, they say that they had absolutely no idea. He acted completely normal, but because he was like a captain of the guard or a sergeant, so they didn't really stay in the same quarters as him. He was billeted in his own quarters on the ship, so that's why, obviously, because they don't get showered together or whatever. That's how they didn't see him like that. They're a complete loss as to how long he's been like that, how he came to be like that. Could have been like that forever. As far as they know, they're just as shocked as anybody else.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're pretty much telling the truth from what you can see.
Okay. That's really weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else doing anything? Talking to anybody? No.
Who was on the ship with us, wasn't she?
Who was, sorry?
Was the doctor on the ship with us? Dr.
Logs
yes.
and what have you went down with the ship.
Yes, Dr. Ganio was on the ship, yeah.
Imagine them. Okay.
What did you say, Dave? I think your internet's playing up.
I imagine any logs went down with the ship. Personnel files.
Yeah.
Are there any personnel files?
Let me have a random roll for it. I'll roll a d10. If it comes 8, 9, or 10, then there was. 10. Yes. There was some surviving logs in the ship.
So
What-
can we?
Yeah.
I'm looking for sort of where has he been stationed recently?
Mhm.
Has he been anywhere where he might have been susceptible to, House Vernius? Has he disappeared or been leave and
Yeah.
untraceable for any amount of time? I mean, what he looked like, that's not like just knock him on the head and staple those things to him in 5 minutes. That's
No.
he must have disappeared for a reasonable length of time. So yeah,
Yeah.
has he been on annual leave or absent? Any gaps in his record recently?
Yeah. So that's probably relevant to your analysis thing. Is that understand? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably understand.
Understand data analysis. Yeah,
Yeah. I would say
and
it's
probably
probably
true.
difficulty 3. Yeah, and you're
Okay.
doing truth with it. No problem. No problem.
How do we get determination back, by the way?
You get determination back by questioning your beliefs. So you say that you're effectively going to change one of those statements on your drive, and then you choose a
All
different
right,
one,
okay.
and then after that check, you can change that belief. Sometimes GM awards them, but mainly when campaign says award them.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that.
Well, that's good. You've earned a momentum. Okay. You have to dig deep, very
Next
deep.
some Sapo juice.
It doesn't explicitly say where he was or whether he's been on leave because it's more like ship's logs. However, it does have like you said, like a captain's log kind of thing. And part of it is that they did pick up some cargo near Ikaz. It was a moon near it. And as part of that manifest, it said that they swapped over some of the crew. And through your analysis, you can imagine there's a chance that he was one of them crew that got changed. You'll know, like from House Nagara and stuff like that, some of them do go on leave around certain places, and it wouldn't be unusual for Nagara to go around that area. So you can deduce that he's probably been on leave near that area. But I would say with 4 successes, you can also deduce that he's been on Arrakis as well, because he came from there with the Countess.
Yeah.
Okay. So
This is either House Vernius being incredibly unsubtle or somebody being very clever.
yeah.
It's quite hard to tell which.
Well, as it happens, your characters must now represent the house to the Great Council of the Landsraad as its new leaders. They have their own fief or fief, and everything has changed. But as they've survived the assassination attempt, you're the ones to legally claim the desert world of Arrakis. You better hope that you're ready to take on the challenges of the Spice Planet. There's more danger and more treachery awaiting in the burning sands. As the Fremen of Arrakis say, polish comes from the cities, wisdom from the desert. And it's time for your characters to test their wisdom. So you're gonna upgrade again. Yay!
Ooh.
So
Nice.
you can increase a skill that you can't go above +8 though. You can gain another focus for a skill that's at level 6 or above. You can retrain a skill, which I'll tell you about if you want to do that. You can retrain a focus, or you can gain a personality trait of your choice that's permanent but relevant. Or you can gain a talent that's relevant as well. And this momentum sadly goes down for you, but the threat goes up for me.
Okay, let's see.
You know, I really ought to have read some of those.
I'll try and pop it in the chat.
Yeah, I'll find the level page again on the PDF. Let's see.
Let me do that so you can see it. So hopefully you can see them all.
Yeah, I can see in the chat there. Yep.
Gain a talent.
Yeah.
Okay, cannot go above 8.
Yeah.
What did it do last time? I improved
Right.
battle last
I
time.
think
I will increase my communication from 7 to 8, I think. That's what I will do. So it is now 8.
Right. Discipline. Right. I'm going to increase my discipline to 7.
Nice.
And I'm gonna tell you all of this, so you have to remember instead of me. I am an advisor, and so when I've got 2 things. When I assist an ally, with understand, you get to re-roll a single d20.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's very good. Okay.
And this is possibly even better. Once per scene, if you fail a skill test, we can spend 2 points of momentum or add 2 points of threat. And you can re-roll your dice pool on a 7 discipline instead of the skill that you were using.
Real.
Oh wow! Okay.
That is very good.
So instead of the skill that you use my discipline skill, which I'm going to put up to. That's why I'm putting it up to 7 rather than 6.
That is very good. That's a very good skill. Oh my days.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Probably ought to have read that like ages ago.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I'm just gonna up my understand to 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I used it in my communication. Now my communication is 8.
You see, yeah. I could have upped my battle from 4, but I don't think that would be.
No.
I don't think that would be as interesting.
No.
I just pottle around, drinking my Ribena.
Yeah. It is. Once you've done all that, then we're ready to continue. There's something hopefully quite cool to show you.
Ooh.
If it'll load.
Did you steal that from Dune 2?
No?
Are you sure?
I made it myself, yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. So.
No, it was playing for me, all right.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was very cool. Thank you.
No worries. It stuck for me because it'll not load the blooming scene up. 6 weeks have passed. What kind of things have you done to mourn Countess Nagara in the weeks prior? Have you done anything in particular? What's your views on going to Arrakis?
Like, I probably want to learn more about the Fremen, as I'm going to be now the leader of House Nagara and Arrakis now. So I want to learn more about the Fremen and their culture.
I like it. I like it. Okay. And what does Alice think about it with the threat from Gaius Hellenheim?
Yeah. I think would have been working on like seeing if there's anything they can find out. So more information about Vernius. Even like just essentially deep diving into Vernius to see if there's any information that you can find, any connection or any sort of word connected to Arrakis for Vernius before we head there.
Okay. I'll not make you roll. There's not a direct connection other than the fact that they help provide the highliners. They're called House Vernius, but their homeworld is like Ix, so a lot of them refer to them as Ixians.
Okay.
In that kind of area. So yeah, they're kind of, when people talk about them, they normally just say the Ixians, weirdly, but they have a special contract to provide a lot of the technology that the Empire uses. So it kind of makes sense that they might be either jealous or envious of you guys because you've got the nightshade technology.
Yeah.
And you get the impression they like the monopoly to stay as a monopoly, but would they resort to trying to kill you when you've got Arrakis? Maybe, but it's a very risky gamble because all the eyes of the court, including the Emperor, is on this planet. So to be so bold as to try and off you is kind of like a gamble, because if it doesn't work, the Emperor's appointed you to this, so you kind of have to, hope that it pays off. Otherwise, you're going to get effectively de facto going against the Emperor.
Yeah.
You do find out as you look into it that before the Countess died, you did ask Turo Imshel to send a representative, or ask House Vernius to send a representative to talk. In the time that passes after that, there is no record of any representative leaving the planet or leaving their home world.
Okay.
So that is not necessarily unusual, but it's something to think about, as something they've done or not done.
Okay.
So, soft rumble of the ship ceases as the metal struts touch the floor. Out of the viewport, you see the glaring sun polarizing and shimmering from the heat. Watch the descent, perhaps fascinated with the world so central to the Imperium. I believe that here at rest.
You're breaking up for me, Lee. I don't know if for anyone
Am I?
else.
Am I?
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. Yeah.
Better.
Oh,
Yeah, you'd kind of you've gone far away.
oh dear. Am I back now?
Yeah.
Very good, perfect.
Yep, you're back now.
Yeah, as soon as I said something, it fixed itself.
How weird. How weird is that? Okay. I'm just adding some maps while I'm here. I'll read it again. So the soft rumble of the ship ceases as the metal struts touch the floor. Out of the viewport, you see the glaring sun, polarizing and shimmering from the heat. You'd watch the descent, perhaps fascinated with a world so central to the Imperium that you can hardly believe that you're here, and even less that you're now its governors. Not that there's much to look at. The planet is a drab sphere capped by dirty residual ice. Striated with the grey irregularities of mountains, it's patched with fields of salt. There are expanses of amber desert that give the planet its nickname. Wealth has never looked so desolate. You spare a thought for the dangers of this planet and what they offer you, and you wonder what you will meet first. It could be that the assassins may lay in wait. Certainly, these past weeks have been discomfortingly quiet. Perhaps they've something that passes for a conscience and are allowing you to grieve. And perhaps they're planning something bigger. Either way, you feel the tension on the air, like a storm about to break. If you're the one fascinated, then two Harkonnens across from you are the antithesis of that, seemingly bored by the trip. You might chafe at their presence as you feel ready to take on the role of governor without them, or you may wish for their support longer. Either way, the Baron pledged his continued support, and Corbus Zahn is there to help you acclimatize to the role and offer you his account and other practical details. The Baron must be paranoid in some way, as he's assigned Corbus directly, along with a Nut Harkonnen captain, Taras Nikor, to oversee your safety, with a unit of loyal bodyguards and with the claims that they're there until you settle in. You don't know what that means, but you're pretty sure they intend it to be for a while. The Harkonnens don't want to let go of the desert planet casually. Corbus sees one of you look at him, perhaps Natalia, as she likes to analyze people. He gets up from his seat and approaches her. You'll lose your love of this place soon enough, he says wearily. Even the air is unkind here. He looks outside the window and smiles. Ah, Ashampero is here. Of course. He's the judge of the change. You will no doubt speak with him. We would hold off on any business matters until we reach your palace at Arrakis, the nearest city. I'll take you through them and brief you then, if that's agreeable with you, Lord Giro.
It is agreeable.
Is there anything you want to do before you leave the ship? As you can see, these are Nagaran troops that are waiting for you. And the two people at the front are there. You presume one of them is Ashampero.
Okay.
But they're stood out from the crowd. Okay. So as you
the Harkonnens.
Sorry,
I
The
was just-
Harkonnens were in charge.
the Harkonnens they're here to be your bodyguards. There is still a Harkonnen presence.
But they were in charge before, weren't they?
They were in charge before, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've got to be absolutely mental
Yes.
to think that they've given up the wealth of Arrakis willingly, or will let it go without a fight. I would be extremely cautious, my lord.
So, as you can see from this, there is another map, just like the Getty Prime one. It shows where you are. Arrakis is the main city of Dune. There is a second one called Carthage, and you will know before you even got here. Carthage is like the stronghold of the Harkonnens. They didn't really like Arrakis. They thought it was too dusty and deserty and full of traitors, namely the Fremen. They didn't like getting knives in the back, so they said, balls to all of you, we're going to go over here and make his own city. So they made Carthage, and it's kind of like a Harkonnen stronghold, like I said. But since the Nagarans have taken over, they've re-established the palace at Arrakis, and they've gone there. But there is still a Harkonnen presence at Carthage for now. There's also a second map that you will have, and you can see this. This is Arrakis, and this is the like the airport, spaceport, where you land. I'll see if I've got a picture of it. I'm not sure if I have or not.
Oh, it's the same city from the Dune movies, from
It
Dune
is.
1.
It's
Okay.
the same city from the Dune movies. And if you watch Dune Part 2, you'll see like the Emperor's big silver ball, and it's like away from the city. That's because it's on the spaceport on that bit.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where they are. So as you step out onto the landing field, sunlight, bright and sharp as a blade, dazzles you. For a moment, the world is washed in light, and then the glare resolves itself to reveal a rangy man, whatever that means, in a somber grey uniform, stood in front of the battalions of Nagaran troops, arranged as honor guard for your arrival. The Anelema Infinity badge on his bracelet at his wrist identifies him as a Spacing Guild representative. And he looks like this.
Okay.
He's accompanied by somebody you do recognize, Rog Varys, a major in the Nagaran household guard and the Countess's most trusted officer. A detachment of 8 Nagaran household guards flank him and the guildsman. And he looks like this.
Major Varys, did you say?
Yes, Rog Varys.
Rog Varys. Let's see.
Major Rog Varys. And the other one, you presume, is Asham Pero. You can make a Discipline 3 check if you like.
Yeah, I will do that. Let's see.
Yeah. Anybody who is present can do that if you want to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will use duty because I'm now like among the army scene coming out of the ship. I want to make a good impression, all that. Let's see.
Discipline.
Yeah.
2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
1 success.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Forget I said anything. Okay. Right. So the 2 people and the guard, honor guard, kind of approach you all. And they say, well, mate, I am Asham Pero, the Spacing Guild. I am the judge of the change, and I want to formally welcome you to Arrakis. And he will bow. Rojvaris is kind of unsettled and looking around him. He says, we should get to the vehicles, and we can talk inside the palace more. But he'll welcome you all warmly. And he says, it warms my heart that you're here. But if you forgive my hesitancy, we are very cautious since the loss of your mother and your sister.
Yes, I truly understand, Major Varys, and thank you for this warm welcome, Champagne. What's his name? Champagne?
Ashampero.
Champero. But yeah, let's make haste to the palace and get to business. I would like to get to know the business quickly.
Okay. He turns his nose up at the Harkonnens as they emerge, and Corbusan says, "Yes, let us retire to the palace, and we can discuss things more openly." Rojvaris kind of like goes, Well, I advise you, Lord. I would suggest the Harkonnen guards to ride in the first vehicle. I will offer to ride in the last one. Then we're flanking the convoy. And you can ride. I will go in the center, and my guards will go at the end. Sorry. And I will go in the same vehicle as you in the center. And Miss Pero and Corbusan and the rest can follow in the car behind us, if that is agreeable with you all.
Sounds great, Major Varys. I'll take your advice any day.
Okay. Then we shall do that then. So, indeed, he takes you to like a set of tracked vehicles. They're like cars, but obviously with tracks instead of tires. And just as he said, there's kind of 4 or 5 of them. And begrudgingly, the Harkonnens will get in the front. Nicholas will get in the front. Corbusan gets in the back middle. The Nagaran guys get in the back, and Rojvaris goes with you guys. So you start getting the cars and start going. Once you're in, Rojvaris will take out a cone of silence and he will activate it. He says, "I'm sorry for the lack of friendliness out there. It's just been so long since I've seen a friendly face. Truly, I am happy to see you all of you. Your arrival makes me leap for joy."
I'm happy as well in return, Varys. It must have been a bit harder with the Harkonnens over your shoulders, I reckon, while we were away.
Yes, that's right.
It's good to see friendly faces again.
What is the world outside of Arrakis like? It's been a while now. I was amongst the first to be sent here when the orders came from the Emperor. Your mother trusted me with that honor, and I intend to serve you in the same way. But it's been so long since I've been off this dust ball.
Well, we're not going to get off this planet anytime soon, as we are going to maintain it for the rest of our lives in the name of the Emperor.
I see. Yes, of course, and it saddens me to say it, but there is still much danger here. I've invoked this cone of silence because this place is still hostile, and even now we're only still just getting hold of the governorship. I feel, Lord, that we are in a crucible. We are being tested for how strong we are. If we can't keep hold of this, I fear for the rule of House Nagara. I fear that the Emperor, talking plainly, may cast his eyes elsewhere. I will do whatever I can to help you, but if you accept humble advice from one such as me, it's that we need to make this work.
No, I do understand. I do understand the situation, Varys, and I gladly take a word over the Arconans, in my honest opinions, at this moment.
The Harkonnens, yes, the Harkonnens are deceitful people. They're yes, I will say it, they are evil. They're uncaring and savage. When you walk the streets of Arrakis, you'll see what they've done. They care nothing for the people here. These people may have trained you well, my lord, but they're plain nice for the Emperor. They're tough, and they're unforgiving and merciless, and the sooner they leave this planet, the better. And forgive me for being so bold, but I feel that you need to know that.
And I'm glad you let me know as well, Varys. I want everyone close to me to be open with their opinions. I need every advice I need if we're going to make through this.
We probably will need treaties, my lord. The Harkonnens, as bad as they are, they knew how to mine spice. And with the handover of the governorship, they've not bent over backwards to help us in that aspect. Many of the miners have left since we've taken over, and they've left in style, if you take my meaning.
I see.
I think they've been paid. Now, I'm not saying it's the Harkonnens that have done it, but it would make sense.
We will investigate that matter later. How has the Fremen been after we took over the planet, or at least now setting up our bases on the planet?
The Fremen have been attacking. They don't see the difference between us and the Harkonnens, but I don't hate them. In fact, I respect them for it. I think they're trying to prove a point, if I'm honest. And it's if they don't see the difference, it's because of how brutal the Arconans have been towards them. I think they're trying to prove that in their eyes, they are the true rulers of Arrakis, and they're trying to take advantage of it. And obviously, the spice must flow. We cannot let them do that. But I don't hate them for it. If there is a way, then I'm sure you can find it, Lord, but so far we've not had much contact.
I see. I presume our Arconans have been making it. I presume they did not even try to communicate with them beforehand either, with attitudes.
The Harkonnens, absolutely not. They treat them little more than rats. They will kill them as the second they find them. But we have tried contacting them, but they don't respond to us, and we haven't got the troops either to fight a true war with them. Not like the Harkonnens tried. I can't see a way of dealing with them right now, but they're forcing our hand by attacking our mines, attacking our harvesters.
The first step to show can start with very small steps. We start in our cities that we treat the Fremen populace with respect as much as possible in our cities. We start by that to show we want their peaceful resolution, not brutal decision over the common populace here.
Yeah.
That's a simple solution, Lord, but and obviously we will obey it if that's your wish. But some of the guards, they would grow resentful. They grow it even now. I can see it in their eyes. But some have met a bad end at the knife of a Fremen. If we are going to change that relationship, we'll have to do it soon before the people get too resentful and take a view like the Harkonnens do. And out in the wastes, we can't easily police them.
Of course not. Have you been doing most of the operations during the day of the mining operations?
Yes, Lord. You'll come to see that that's the best way of doing it. For we must look for worm sign.
I see, they can only be better seen during the day. Okay, so we can't use the night to our advantage.
Perhaps there is another way. I don't know, but we have to rely on a lot of what the Harkonnens have shown us, because this is not what we're used to. We've inherited a lot of their techniques. Maybe over time we can adapt different working practices, but they've left us very minimal stuff. And obviously the night is owned by the Fremen. It's even better for them to attack us at night.
So they fight like we do from the shadows. That is disturbing to hear.
Yeah.
I see.
Do we know how many have been lost so far to the Fremen?
I don't know the number offhand, my lady, but a significant amount.
Okay.
A significant amount. Yeah, we'll travel that way.
But yeah, I do believe we need to change our approach to the populace in our cities at least. Just small shy signs can maybe convince some few that we mean another approach than violence than the Harkonnen did. So I want to try to, so I would like you, Varys, to try to encourage your officers to encourage their soldiers on their patrols to be more lenient, more merciful towards the populace if they are resentful.
As you wish, my lord. I will happily do that. If it means that we befriend the Fremen, I'm all for it. He says, we're coming up on the shield wall now. And the cars stop pretty much as soon as he said it. He deactivates the cone of silence. And there's a tap on the window. And the depolarizing of the windows, and the doors unlock and unseal the door. Asham Pero is there. He says, I'm sorry, my lord, but we're about to enter Arrakis. I think it's more advisable that I ride with you from here. My position as judge of the change provides certain securities. Besides, there's something I kind of want to show you.
Very well. Join us.
Yeah. Rog Varys will get out. He says, I'll join the men, then there's enough room. And he does that.
We will talk later, Varys.
He'll bow deeply and says, yes, of course, my lord. So he gets in, and you move off into the city. Arrakis is a thriving, ancient place. Its sand walls and architecture range from splendid villas to shabby hovels, from wide plazas to intimate courts, from broad avenues to twisted alleys. Slab-like structures, slanted walls, and wind traps break the monotony of its largely flat skyline. Okay. What did he want to show you? He says, it's just up here. I'm going to take you somewhere that I think you'll really like. In the meantime, have you acclimatized?
It is not like from our home planet, that's for certain. So it will take some time to get used to this heat.
Of course. How it must be a big change from Gedi Prime. How did you find such a place? I would have not wanted to stay there any more than I had to.
We
It
turned
was,
left at Caladan.
Yes, quite. It's an awful, stinking place, I know, but bad to say, but it's never a truer word spoken, I feel. Not that it's a reflection of the people there. It's just a comment on the planet itself. They're
On the contrary, I find planets are often indicative of their inhabitants.
Well, I try not to get embroiled in house politics.
For instance, I imagine Arrakis produces an extremely hardy and pragmatic people.
It certainly does, but what I would say is something on the public record that also the House Harkonnen have been here a significant amount of time, and they've ruled it with brutal efficiency. So they're equally as tough around here. Who knows? Perhaps that's the reason why the people here are hardy and tough themselves. Perhaps that's why there are so many problems. I don't know.
What problems do you speak of so far?
Needless to say, the untimely and very grievous death of Shizu Nagara, for one, and the sabotage and vandalism of spice and mining equipment. The processes are not going well. I'm sure Rojvaris told you so.
Yeah, we heard from him about how it goes here. The Fremen are putting up a fight against our operations.
Indeed. That's right. I can't help but feel there is something else there, but who am I?
So we'll see how things.
I feel it's natural
change.
for the oppressed to take advantage any
Yeah.
sign of weakness in a change.
Oh, of course it is. Yes, it's the abuser. The abuse becomes the abuser. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Yes, the Freemen are, by the nature of the word, they have an independent streak in them. They believe themselves above any law of the Landsraad and the Imperium. They simply wish the planet or the spice to be theirs. It's sad in some ways that can never come to pass. As you know, more than anything, no matter how much we may or may not sympathize with them, the spice must flow.
And on my honor, the spice will flow. Don't you worry about that.
Very good. I'm glad to hear it. And you do seem to be a capable leader, if I may venture such a suggestion. I know you've been forged in the fires of adversity, and I can see it in your eyes. You have a point to prove.
That I do, indeed. I'm not going to fail my mother after all that has happened.
Good. Good. I truly hope that's the case. We're just about to come up on it now. Look at this. Okay. And you pull up outside this place here. Yeah. Stan, this is your first time on Arrakis. Arrakeen has many sites and many distinct ones. So that if you want to understand the planet, the best place to start is with its people. This is what they call a souk, a market. The populace trade here frequently. Some for precious water, others for passage away, and still others ply the treasures of the desert in exchange for a little money to keep on living. Would you like to see it?
I would like to see much of this place, yes, indeed. I want to learn more about the city and the Fremen.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we shall exit and we shall walk around, and you can explore the wonders of this place.
What are the Harkonnens? Oh, I'm looking at Jiro for this.
About the Harkonnens, well, they're probably seeing us like sit in the tracks of the mayors will just follow us behind if they're worried about us.
Do you want? I mean, it says, do you want to be seen with them?
To be honest, no. If they are the source of the Fremen's resentment towards us, then I don't want them to be with us. Let the Harkonnens be by the trial, by the cast.
Okay.
I want to show the Fremen here that we are not closely tied to the Harkonnens.
Okay. Taras Nikola will get out of the car, but Corbusan will not. And he does come up to you and asks, why have we stopped? He looks around the souk.
You're taking in the sights. I want to learn more about the city that I am going to govern from all over Arrakis, the capital.
He almost smiles. He says, that's very unwise, young Nagara. This is not a place for sightseeing. There could be a million assassins. There could be snipers in the buildings. I don't advise this. And Roj Varys steps forward and says, we can handle this, Harkonnen. You stay in the car. Me and my guard will personally vouch for his safety and that of Asham Pero. No one here will be harmed. And Asham Pero will even add in as well. He'll say, yes, I am the judge of the change. That I have certain influence in this land, and I believe that those who may have issue will not take such issue up here.
Okay.
I believe we will be safe while they are with me. And Taras Nikola is not happy about it. But he will walk off back.
And that's a win.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, Roj Varys pretty much sees him off. So yes, he will go back to the car and he will stay with the Harkonnens. And Pero says, yes, of course. So, and he'll show you through the market. And as you can see from the picture, there's lots of people selling little trinkets and wares and things like that.
Yes, I'd take a close look on the stalls and market and try to interact with the stall vendors and
Okay.
such.
Okay. I would like anybody who wants to make a discipline check. I would say it's probably difficulty 2.
Discipline.
Let's see. Is
Mhm.
anything to do with observe by chance? Or...
Yes, it is observe.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Let's see. I use duty again because I want to show. All right.
Right.
Let's see. Focus.
Oh, what's happened there?
Mm.
I'm gonna use
Um,
2 successes.
yeah.
1 success.
Okay. Okay.
Did mine roll? Oh, yes, it did. 2
It
successes.
did.
Oh, hang on. No, it didn't.
Oh, did you delete my roll there?
I just deleted Natalia's. She rolled 3 times.
Oh, okay. I don't see my roll anymore.
I don't see mine either.
I can see Natalia's. Natalia's got 2. Alice got 1. I can't see Jiro's.
My 2 is from 27 minutes ago.
Oh.
That I can see.
Yeah. I think you deleted mine. I think.
Oh dear. Maybe you did roll 3 times. I think they were both zeros anyway.
Yeah, somebody else did get 2, and I
got 2 successes.
Right. Okay. I'll let you. Right. No problem. So
I didn't even see one of mine.
I have a roll it again then. Natalia,
was it discipline?
It is discipline, yes.
Nice.
Okay. So as you're going through the stalls and talking to people, you kind of hear mutterings in the crowd. Not all at once, they're elsewhere, but it's over the course of, say, 10 minutes or so. You can see people at the other side of the market looking at you, and the word that you keep hearing on people's lips, it's a strange word, and it says, Alia Alab.
After my 6 weeks of studying Fremen culture, and maybe language too during that time, do I understand that word maybe?
That's probably a discipline check on that one to understand it.
I would have thought.
No, I mean, an understand check, innit?
Alice is probably better if she did any of her homework, understanding what they're saying.
Yeah. It's more whispered than spoken, like Alia Alab.
Like I do have understand etiquette. Will that help? Maybe I'm not sure.
It won't in this instance.
More ancient languages, sister.
Yeah.
This is your time to shine. Yeah. I'm sure they'll have taught you this.
I mean, I don't know if
I'll just stare at Alice.
I mean, I don't know if being Bene Gesserit actually plays anything into it.
It absolutely does, sister. I know you and your way.
It sort of does. I would.
I'm just going to eyeball her.
I mean, you can always use the threat, to do the ask a question situation, without needing to roll. That's probably how that would work.
Okay, yeah, that's probably the easiest one. So it's a momentum, so that's 1 threat.
I think it's 2 to ask a question. Is it, or do you get it special?
It just says whenever you spend momentum to obtain information. It
I'm just
doesn't
gonna have a
say
look
anything
at the
specific.
And have a look at on the deck page. It says 1 point per question. So you're right. So it'll only be 1. So I'll drop that down to 3. So you can ask a question, and the question is, what does Alia Alab mean?
Well, I'm allowed to ask 2 questions. So I think the second question
Yeah.
is the first question is what it means, and the second question is more of observing, like, in what context are they saying it. So, like, are they looking scared? Are they looking intrigued, or are they looking like,
right?
What kind of vibe they're giving off with it?
Okay, perfect. So Alia Al-Ab actually means our Lord God. It's an odd phrase for anybody to be talking. To look at them, you get the impression that most people would see it as shock. They look really shocked as they're talking it. But what it actually is that they're kind of like, it's more like they've had something confirmed. As a Bene Gesserit, you are pretty sure that they believe it's a reference to the father of the Savior from their kind of mythology. They believe that Jiro Nagara is like somebody from the outer worlds who's going to give birth or be responsible for the Lisan al Gaib, who's like their savior. So in like Christian mythology, he's the equivalent of Joseph.
Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of seeing him like, that's Joseph. Like, I can't believe it,
Okay.
But it isn't like he's just turned up. They know somebody's coming to rule, and they know he's here to rule. It's more like they've interpreted his rule as, right, he's coming. We know the Saviour's close at hand. It's not him, but he's going to be the father of the Saviour. That's how they're doing that. You'd know from like Bene Gesserit kind of shenanigans. Is it the Missionaria Protectiva? Is that what it is? Yeah. That's what they call it. But it's basically they've set this kind of thing up, and it all makes sense to you now why perhaps Gaius Elamiam was desperate to get Jiro Nagara to Arrakis.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're saying Alia Alab, our Lord God.
So I was like looking them over and assessing this and like making the connections. I will like tell the others on the down low. Trying to keep the major like out of it a little bit, and what's it called, the champagne?
Champero.
Ashampero. Yeah.
Champero. Let's see. I need to type that. Champagne.
And like keep them a little bit of a distance while explaining it.
You're telling them. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm telling the other 3.
Right.
It's at a point where it's more of what they're saying.
Right.
Not the connections I've made to it, but it's more of like, oh, this is what they're saying.
I'm gonna say I thought you were telling him everything.
No. It's more of this is what it means,
Okay.
and it's a bit. It's more. I'm playing it off as like it is a bit weird. But yeah, they're basically looking at you and going, "Dear Lord."
Yeah.
We don't know if it's like a don't fully know if it's a good thing or not.
Yeah, from what I heard from Varys, Ashampera, and the Harkonnen, I thought it would be more hostile to us, especially me.
No, they seem to be keeping their distance. But yeah.
Like when she mentions that I'm looking at the group they're whispering, is like, are they wearing different clothing compared to the rest of the populace, or are they like in normal day clothing? As the
No,
others?
normal day clothing. Normal
Okay.
day clothing. Yeah, they look typical like street people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I've updated Asham's token now, so you can see that, by the way.
Oh yeah, mine was definitely a completely different typing in my notebook. Yeah. Thank you.
I thought that might be the case.
Just as a kind of semi out of game question, because I don't want to like meta or anything.
Yeah.
Do I as a mentat know the kind of shit that the Bene Gesserit are up to?
I think everybody
And this
knows
is
that the
quite
shifty.
possibly-
They
and that
don't.
this is more than likely the sort of shenanigans that they get up to.
Yeah, they
Or do
obviously
you want me
don't
to roll
know the
for it?
ultimate thing about the Kwisatz Haderach. They don't know that.
Yeah,
But they
but the
know
whole
that they're intertwined with the religion and know a lot about religion, and they know that.
seeding religions all over the place for their own nefarious ends.
Yeah, maybe not to that full extent. It's more like rumors that they're kind of heavily involved with religions. More like they set up cults, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But yeah,
Yeah.
is it fair for me to say to be like this is the kind of shenanigans that your lot get up to, isn't it, Alice? Kind of thing.
Fine, yeah. But yeah, beyond that, you can buy some trinkets, buy some food. Are you trying to do anything specific with the residents there while you're there?
I'm just trying to observe the daily life of the people and the store vendors and see how they react to some guards going by and see the daily life, like obviously observing and see.
Yeah. Asham will probably, as you're doing that, you're wandering and talking. He will tell you that like these people, not every resident on Arrakis are Fremen, but you can certainly see the blue eyes of everybody, which he'll explain is due to the spice. And he points out if you stop and look at the air, you can see on the very air itself minute particles of dust that kind of sparkle and twinkle. He says it seeps into everything, and the more you stay here, the more it will affect you, and ultimately you will end up with the blue eyes, the eyes of whatever the bloody hell it's called. There is a term for it, the eyes of something, but you'll end up with them. It's just part of it. He says, but there is definitely habits that these people have, but you will see that a lot of them stay inside the shield wall. Arrakeen is one of the safe spaces of Arrakis. You'll note that no sandworm arrives here, partially because it's so rocky and they can't travel this far. But there is a large shield wall outside the city. I'm in the city as well. You'll come to find that when we go out in the desert, we are forbidden from using any kind of shields. So this is, it's used for safety of everyone while it's here, but it's mainly because the sandworms don't travel this far. But you'll see the residents behave like residents. They rarely go outside. You may find some of the smugglers around here. You may find some of the Fremen. They hide. They hide amongst everyone. So you can never truly tell.
Okay.
More's the pity, but yes, the residents seem to be content here. I understand that Countess Nagara did a lot of work in the time that you've been away with Major Varys, helping allay some of their fears and getting them to come back to the city and helping work here. They've arranged a lot of their kind of like staff for the residence that you're about to go to. They've employed them from the city. They're good people. They're just a hard people. These things that you've bought, these trinkets or whatever, they will last. They will give them money to survive another week or two, and that's how they live. Bit by bit. You see, there's a lot of poverty in Arrakis because that's how they, in a way, choose to live. Because many of them don't agree with the mining. It's more off-worlders that do the mining than them.
I see.
Yes, they have some kind of god. They think it offends. Shai Hulud, they call it. Shai Hulud. Yes, they believe it offends their god. So you'll not see many residents doing it, but like I said, now and again, just like the Fremen, the smugglers hide here as well. You'll find in certain buildings there may be caches of spice that they smuggle through. Obviously, as a Spacing Guild representative, we don't condone that, and we encourage stamping that out wherever possible. But it does happen.
You indeed.
Indeed, it's bad for business. Of course, we have treaties with Chom and quotas and all that good stuff that you'll come to understand.
How do the smugglers get their contraband off-world?
Well, that's the thing.
Access to highliners.
Well, we can't check every single ship. That's the problem. There's sovereignty, and all those complications like that. So more often than not, some minor lords in houses pay people to mine the harvest and not declare it. And then they will take it up on their ships to the highliners. And that's how they get it through, because they just don't declare it. Without evidence or without cause, we can't go inspecting ships, really. It is a problem. It is a problem. But luckily, so long as quotas are met, Chom is happy, and generally the Emperor is happy as well. So long as the spice flows, everybody kind of turns a blind eye. I shouldn't say that really, but they do. If there is a way of improving it, then we're all ears. We would love that to happen.
Can you? I mean, a spice harvester is a fairly obvious piece of machinery, can you not pick up their activities with spy satellites? Surely the guild has access to such things.
Possibly, but that's a house matter. It's for the governor of Arrakis to deal with that. We deal with the transport through the spaceways. He shrugs and says, "Yes, perhaps you should look into that. But I would think that your resources are probably best aimed at more harvesters first, rather than, well, I mean, it's up to you. It's your governorship, but you have limited harvesters. From what I hear, the Harkonnens have withdrawn much of them, and left you with substandard stock. You probably want to look at dealing with those."
So, but you're saying the Arcana has taken some harvesters with them of Arrakis already?
Well, yes, they are theirs. They've left some, obviously, because the spice must flow. But they've reclaimed what is theirs, as was the nature of the treaty. The
Yes.
Emperor felt that they should be adequately compensated, of course, for the good work that they did before.
Yes, of course.
So, and you may not know the answer to this, but I'd be interested in your opinion, if nothing else. Why the Emperor saw fit to remove the Harkonnens from the fiefdom of Arrakis if they were doing so well?
Oh,
Purely as a personal opinion, you understand?
Of course. He does look a bit uncomfortable. He says, "Well, I try not to get involved in house politics, to be honest, so I don't really know. All I know is that the Harkonnens were bound by decree to hand over the planet, and they've been, shall we say, overly cautious with House Nagara. They're not as easy to let go of the planet as, obviously, as the Emperor wants. They're doing everything they can, from what I've gathered, to stay close to the spice. That's idle gossip in a way, I suppose, but that's what I hear. But like I said, I try not to get involved, so I don't really have an opinion on why. And the Emperor doesn't need a reason. If he decrees it, that's what happens. But all I know is that House Harkonnen are not particularly happy about it, because they don't want to leave the spice, and who would? It is an absolute fortune to anybody who has it, and you're in a very fortunate position. But I would suggest that, the Harkonnens are not going to let it go easy. It's for you to convince them that you're more than capable of handling this place, if indeed you are. I'm here as a judge to ensure that the transition is as smooth as we can make it.
Indeed, and I do hope you will aid us with advices in the future to make even more smooth operations as we go.
I would be honored to help you, truly. Yes, but nevertheless, we should be getting back to the palace. The sun is particularly merciless on Arrakis. You'll find that even a short time out in the sun can burn you and make you dehydrated.
Yes, of course. Well, it was very enlightening to see the town square, or what was the name of it that I wrote down? The Shuk. market.
The
Suit. Yes, that's right. Very good. Very good, Jiro. That's right. Okay.
I'm just going to be taking in all of the information.
No worries.
Keep
I will
an
love
eye
for
out.
one other day if you could show me more around it and around the city, if we can, Asham Perro.
He looks surprised and delighted. He says, "Yes, we can. I will take you on a tour." So you get back into the cars, and your convoy continues, follows through a thoroughfare and through a deserted district. On your left is a row of dwellings, soot-stained and boarded up. On the right are blackened stumps of houses, bordering a plaza cordoned off by a makeshift barricade of transport crates and rubble. So you
What's the story here?
Says, well, these are subject to a Harkonnen purge. Supposed radicals and their families lived here a year ago. The accused were cast out into the desert without still suits, which you'll come to understand later. But they're essential for survival out here, and they were cast out without them and left to die. You see, the suits they're designed to minimize water loss and reclaim water from, unfortunately, urine and feces, and it siphons them into catch pockets as drinking water. Believe me, it's not the best tasting water you'll drink, but considering the alternative, it's better than nothing. These poor people were sentenced to a really awful death.
What was the reason they were sentenced, you said? What was the reason for the sentence?
Suspected radicalism, according to the Harkonnens. Yeah.
Radicalism, how so? Did he specify how so in their reports?
Well, that is a polite way of saying they suspected him of being Fremen.
I see. But no wonder why the Fremen is very hostile to us then. That for certain if they just did that to them.
Yeah. There's a lot to make up for from the Harkonnens, and it's... I don't know if there's time to do it.
Like I said, we need to start in small steps. Show signs that we want diplomatic way, peaceful ways, not violence like Harkonnen did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you have been awarded Stories of Harkonnen Violence as an asset.
Ooh.
Yeah, which you can have. It's a temporary thing. It says the stories of Harkonnen brutality might shock and appall everybody else. Spreading such rumors might damage Harkonnen's standing among their peers. I personally doubt it, because I think everybody knows what they're like, but you can put that on your sheet. If you can alter it, you can... Will it do it? Maybe I can actually... Hang on. Maybe I can actually add it onto your sheet. I can. Yes, I'll add it onto your sheets.
Thank you, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. You have got that. You've got that.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, you've got that.
I got it, yep.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So you've kind of earned that, which is awesome. Okay. As he kind of finishes saying those words and telling you about that kind of thing. Your convoy's passing the wrecked plaza when a searing line shoots down and tears into Taras Nikola's vehicle. The car skews sideways, blocking the street. Gunfire hammers the remaining transports, and Rojvaris ducks out into your limo car, marshalling your household guard into laying down and covering fire. Behind you're kind of ushered out by Major Varys out into cover and duck down behind your vehicle. Perro's personal guard follows suit, yells, "Out, out, you're sitting ducks!" And he'll obviously encourages you to do that. I'll put that in, put this onto the thing. And this is, you see, so in seconds you find yourselves crouched behind a car in the midst of a firefight. Whoever's attacking you, they're lethal. Before you have even recovered your wits, the Harkonnen guards are already dead. Battle is being joined by your remaining soldiers, reduced in number though they are. Your biggest concern is that at least one of the attackers is using a laser gun, a deadly weapon more suited to the battlefield. With that in play, you can't use any shields, because if they touch a shield, the explosion would reduce Arrakis to rubble. Okay?
Jesus.
Right, so it's all chaotic, but you can make a battle test difficulty 2 to understand what's going on.
Understanding difficulty 2.
Yeah.
Battle or understand, sorry.
Yeah, so it's battle check.
Oh, battle check. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'll make a roll with Zafir because he's probably good at it as well.
One success.
I use battle and faith. I'd like to see
I
how
was,
hope I'm able to do this. Let's see. Two successes.
Okay. Right. Everybody got 2?
I got 1.
Okay. Right. Okay, so you can't particularly see anything other than the fact that it appears to be Fremen that are attacking you. Okay, so having a look at this then. So obviously Shizu is not here. She's not a real thing. She died. So on this then, right. So you can the areas on the screen are kind of like the zones, if you remember.
Yeah.
So where you choose to go on that is what you're doing.
Okay.
You have three checks in order to get that many successes. 12 successes, and you each get 3 checks. Okay. Yeah, and that's what you do.
Like I will probably go and issue orders to my guards. I think try to boost morale and navigate them in. Shall I just move myself over here then for the time being?
Okay.
yeah, I mean that's about all I'm.
Okay.
Although I'm more interested in getting somebody to intercept any communications and find out who they actually are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
like that. That's all I think.
Okay. And you can collectively decide what Zafir does, because he's not here.
I think is he any good at? I think he should.
He's a sword master.
Try and.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah, I
was
think
thinking somebody should try and sort out the wounded if anybody's got a decent move. Although
let's see.
providing us with cover is probably not a terrible idea either.
He's pretty good at move. So yeah, like I said, there's this. You can see the line that's coming down. That's what a laser gun looks like, except that it literally carves a car in two. If you've watched Dune Part 1, they use a laser gun on that. And it just cuts through everything. So it's slicing up part of the guards that are with you. They've taken out a lot of the Harkonnens, and they're working their way around. So the cars are kind of exploding and everything.
I say these cars are not providing adequate cover.
That's what it sounds like.
That's for sure.
Oh my god.
That's what it sounds like when it's fired.
I mean, if we need to do the wounded, then I guess I could do that. Because I mean, there's no point putting Severe on anything but fighting. He's literally like our main guard.
Yeah, I presume you're very good at the move, as you're like a spy.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm kind of okay. I'm okay at move.
Yeah. So maybe Zafir be on the battle and then you on the move with the truck here, maybe.
Yeah.
Where would you like Zafir to go then?
I will say with the blades, I think.
With the blades?
Yeah, that's what he's good at.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. So, with that, then you can make your tests. So we'll do it in. What I'll do is if I add you to combat, then we can just do it in combat order.
Okay.
Yeah. So Natalia, your roll first.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to.
So each.
I need somebody to try intercepting any communications. Find out.
Yeah. Each one of them.
Where they are.
Each one of them is difficulty 3.
Okay.
Okay.
And possibly giving them, seeing as I'm quite good at data analysis.
Yeah.
I think rather than necessarily orders of what to do, as spotting where the shooters are and the paths that the bullets are coming from. Is my plan.
Okay.
Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. Just so you know.
Diplomacy isn't any use.
No.
And I haven't got any determination. Oh.
Okay. Right. So there is only one.
No. Too much gunfire.
So you've done that, but you've used one of your tests. Okay. So you've done one success towards the thing of it. Okay, Alice. Right, using
okay.
cars for cover to reach
Yeah.
the wounded. Asham Pero is kind of a couple of. He's kind of dove to the next car down, and he's trapped as the laser fires again. And he's down there.
So could you move? I have a focus of swift in move.
Yes, that is applicable.
I'm going to use my last determination point just to get some successes in early.
Nice.
Nice indeed.
Okay, move. Okay, let's go.
Ooh.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Okay.
Okay. I believe. Yeah, in fact, I don't think there is any difficulty on that bloody thing. I don't think there is any difficulty, because it's like every success just adds on to the thing, doesn't it?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, it will do, actually, yeah.
So I think in that, so that's 3 towards.
Although, no, difficulty would affect our momentum.
Ah, yes. Yes, so you don't earn momentum, but it's 3 successes.
It's worth having.
Yes, you're right, yes. Yes, you're quite right. Okay, and that's Alice's first one. Okay. So again, you dive towards the wounded. Certainly some of the Harkonnens, more than anything, they'll have missing legs that have automatically cauterized through the laser, and they're screaming as you drag them back towards safety. Zafir, right? Let me do a roll for him. Would you like him? Let me see what he's got, rather than drawing on him. So he's going to use, obviously, battle. He's got a focus of short blades, so that applies. He will use justice. Is there any kind of thing you want him to buy or anything like that? Are you just having him roll 2 dice or more?
I think he'll be good with the 2 dice.
Yeah.
I think with him being a swordmaster and everything.
Yeah. He has got focus, so.
Yeah, we should. I think the aim is at least we each get at least 1 success per roll. So
yeah.
I think he should be easy to do that.
Yeah, he has got focus, so 7 or less allows him to get a double.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's 2 towards the thing, but no momentum scored. Okay. You watch him as he races forward. Some of the Mauler pistols start firing at his feet, but he manages to dodge. I think that's what they sound like. And he dodges and jumps up into some of the buildings towards one of the windows and starts attacking them through the window and dives in there. Okay, so Jiro.
Yeah, I just like to try to relay commands for the surviving Nagaran soldiers to give covering fire for the others to get to the trucks with the wounded and try to regroup the scattered.
Okay.
So communicate. Yeah. And I will use duty because my house is being ambushed and I'm trying to order my own men, like my men's duty to the house here. Let's see. No focus. Roll. 2 successes.
Okay, wonderful. 2 successes. That's there. Okay. Right. Perfect. So you're shouting again, coordinating the efforts to move the wounded, are you?
Yeah, the focus on the wounded, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna spend 2 threat to provide an obstacle. And the obstacle is what do they call it? Called suppressive fire. So there is a zone between where the wounded are and where you need to get them to safety, and the Mauler pistols and the laser are all firing kind of that area. And they're keeping them from getting away. So that means anybody using the move is going to be 1 harder or 1 dice less, basically.
Okay.
In this situation. So,
Okay.
Natalia.
Okay, can I use my data analysis to spot blind spots where that covering fire isn't affecting?
No, because data analysis is more like looking at data. So spreadsheets and stuff like that. Or you know, stats.
Well, I'll still try and do that.
Yeah.
If I can, just without data analysis.
Yeah.
Just on a. Yeah. Actually, go bam, behind that car, round there, left a bit, right a bit, duck there, roll.
Okay. Yeah, that is fine.
So is this still on a 3?
It is.
Okay. Just on the off chance. Oh, I'm only rolling 2 dice anyway, aren't I? So.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is okay. And Natalia's done a second one. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. Alice. So, like I said, you're pinned down by Mauler fire.
Yeah. I think I'm still gonna try. So move, swift. I'm gonna go with power, I think, on this one. So you said I'm going down a dice?
Yes.
Did you say so?
Yes.
I'm just trying to do it on 1 dice.
In this one. Yeah.
Okay. No.
Awesome. Right.
Oh, no, didn't mean to do that.
So, right, no worries. Yeah, so you are trying desperately to find a way out, but the guns are just there, carving everything up, carving the ground up.
Yeah.
Okay, Zafir. Let's sort him out.
I think it's just going to be the same.
Yeah, he's going to be the same.
Just tearing down through the roofs and rooms.
He is.
He's so happy.
He is. He's doing his duty, is what he's doing. Okay. I'm just having a look about increasing it. Okay. Okay. So. All right. So now I'm not going to increase it. So here we go. I think he'll do it quite comfortably. Oh. Very nearly a complication.
Yeah.
That could have been interesting. Right. Yeah, so
It's fine.
that's right. The las gun stops, but the mauler pistols are still there. As you can hear sounds of battle inside the buildings. Jiro,
Yeah, when I
things
see,
seem to be calming down a little bit now.
well, I see the suppressing fire is still hitting the car, so I will tell
is.
to the Nagaran guards to focus their fire on those windows that are firing upon the trucks. So I will do communicate again. And this time I use faith. I have faith in my soldiers. Let's see. We will make it through this and roll. 1 success.
Awesome. That is enough. That is enough. Right, yeah. You did it. You did it. You did it. Okay. Ooh. Yes, you do coordinate it, and shortly after, the firing seems to stop and go away. Yeah, and it stops enough to get Pero out of that way, and you can pull the Harkonnens back as well, and pull them kind of around that to your vehicle and out of range of the thing. Just looking if there's any.
You get loot.
Yeah, I'm looking if there's any narration, but there's not. Okay, you do kind of get loot. You get another card.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
It's on the deck page.
Deck
I believe
page.
it is,
Oh.
which is this. It's you get Ashampero's attitude. He's impressed. He's impressed with House Nagara. So as you can see there, it's -1 on any test we're dealing with Ashampero from now on.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need them two now because they're distant memories. But yes, Ashampero seems to quite like that. What you've done, how you've dealt with that. Yeah.
Nice. Making friends.
That's right.
There seems to be quite a lot of Harkonnen chanting going on there.
There was, wasn't there? I really quite like that one. That's why. Yeah. So I'll put the other scene back up now. Yeah, so as you can see around you then, there are kind of burning wrecks of the convoy cars, a lot of dead, particularly Harkonnen people, but also Nagaran soldiers, and there are some dead civilians. Zafir will come out of the buildings and carrying one with a las gun. And they look just like Arrakeen people in the desert kind of clothes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I look at the person he brings up forward, and does he have blue eyes?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, sorry, go on, Tony.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna
find out who these people are.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah. And when I take this off,
And trace the last gun. There must surely be some sort of ownership records.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did it come from?
Yeah, you can make an understand check on that one. It's only difficulty 1.
While Talia's doing that, I'm gonna go and look over the bodies of the civilians and the people who are shooting at us to see if there's actually a difference.
Advanced technology?
You certainly can have advanced technology, yes. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
2.
This is undoubtedly off-world manufacturing. Probably, from what you're hazard a guessing at, it would be Ixion.
How's Phineas?
Yeah, it would be probably Ixion technology.
Oh.
So what did you say, Alice? What were you doing?
I'm going looking over the bodies to see if there is actually a difference between those civilians and the ones that were actually shooting at us.
Okay. That's probably an understand check then. From that.
Understand. I do. Oh, shit. Should have been 2. I'll just roll that again.
Uh-huh. Two successes, eh? Okay. They look. There is a difference. A lot of them look like that. Pero will walk up to you as you're looking at the bodies, and he will look himself, and he crouches down, sees that underneath the thing, he points out, he pulls like the rags aside, and they've got still suits on. He says and these still suits aren't black like they normally are. They're like really dusty brown, like they've been out for a long time. And he says these are for Daikin, Fremen death commandos, warriors dedicated to righting wrongs committed against their people. And he looks up specifically at Taras Nikula. Nikula's there as well. He says, they're scum, is what they are, Fremen scum. We should have exterminated them long ago. We should take reparations.
What? No, there's action. There's been enough action for today. And I'll like all the dead. I'll probably like move the bodies into more of a better position, so to speak, like, you know, put them straight, arms crossed, or whatever the equivalent is.
Okay. Whatever guards are there will obviously say, you don't need to do that. We can do that for you. They not in a way like a bad way. They're just saying, please don't go to that trouble. We'll do it.
I think it would have been more of like a natural thing to say to show that it started. Like, you know, the fact that they said they'll carry that on, that's fine. Just didn't want them just left randomly. And that would be for all the dead, including the Fremen.
Okay. That's fine.
Did you say Saphir had a prisoner or got a survivor of the ambushes? Did you say?
Did.
Okay.
Did.
I'm just gonna look at his reaction. Like, is he looking specifically at Nagaran soldiers, or is he looking like ill-attended against our coven most of all? When he's like now taken captive among us, like, what's his reaction?
What's his reaction? He's very calm. Very calm. He's not even holding his head down in shame or anything like that. He's just literally stood there.
Okay. I just tell Saphir and again Gus to bring him into one of the trucks under supervision and bring him to the palace prisons. Oh.
That's him. He looks like that.
Okay.
Right, so you're saying to bring him to the palace?
Yeah, bring him to the palace here for questioning later.
Corbusan comes from around the corner. Says, remember what happened on Gedi Prime, Jiro? They should remember the factory. You quelled that well. There should be reparations here. There should be reprisals.
When he says that, I'm just looking at because we're in a district where is the board buildings where the people got evicted.
It is, yeah.
I mean, it's little. I mean, in my opinion, Corbus, it seems to me that the Fremen attacked us specifically here for another repercussion from the past actions of yours. So I'm not going to do any repercussion from this time. I want to question him later. Right now we need to try to get understanding of the situation.
Yeah. Varys will speak up. He says, well done, my lord. That's most wise. And Pero kind of like nods and says, I agree. He could yet tell us something. We should question him. You're so quick to act, Corbusan. That's unusual for a Mentat. Zan just shrugs and says, I act quick because I know what the Fremen are like. They're ruthless vermin. And you'll find out to your detriment if you leave him as such.
Well, from what I've seen, if you treat him like vermin, they will just bite you back and just be resentful towards you.
Yeah.
We will try a different approach from what you did. And we're starting in small steps.
Pero says it's far unusual for them to be striking inside Arrakis. There may be something here that requires more subtlety than Harkonnen blades. Daikin don't retreat.
So you think they're still here in the city, have a base operations, you think?
Possibly. Daikin tend to come from what they call the Sietch, their bases in the desert. They don't typically hang around in Arrakis, from my understanding. They're fanatics. And Taras Nicola will say, yes, they are fanatics. All of them. If you let them live in the city, who knows what will happen? I can only protect you so much, but look at what they've done to my men. Look at what they've done to your men. This is just one group. I told you it wasn't advisable to be out here. You ignored my warning, Lord. This is what happens. We shouldn't have stopped. We shouldn't have gone sightseeing.
Sightseeing? I'm trying to understand my own city, the people I'm going to rule. And from what I've seen, they seem to be stroking your truck first with purpose. There's more Conan casualties than Nagara soldiers. They're after you, not us. You were the target.
And then in that case, my lord, hand him over to us and we will get the information. I promise you that.
No. As the new ruler and governor of Arrakis, he's under my custody. And that's final.
Okay. All right. That is fine. Right. Again, I'm just checking if there's any difference on the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Asham Pero says, perhaps there's a compromise. Why don't you leave him with me? And I'll see what I can find.
Be with you. You know how to talk to the Fremen.
Yes, that's right.
Can I sort of read him? Like, is he going to be like very torturous against, or going to try to be understanding of the prisoner?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Can I try to like?
You can try and read him.
So
from what he was saying earlier, I think he'll be quite
quite understanding
of them.
Yeah.
So you remember you've got impressed Asham Pero, so it's only difficulty 1. Communicate. Yeah,
I use truth as for drive.
It's more understanding, isn't it?
Oh, it's more understanding. Okay, let's see. Then I'll do understanding. No focus this time, then, and then truth. 2 dice.
Yeah, I'm just having a look.
One success.
So you've got it. So he does seem sincere, just like what you said. He said he can tell that you're hesitating. He says, look, House Harkonnen have been, honestly brutal in their administration of Arrakis. Fremen in return have had been a thorn in House Harkonnen's side. The Emperor has decreed you've taken over, and the attacks have kind of increased. So it seems that no side is happy in this. I understand some things about Fremen culture, and I think as a neutral party, I might do better where other people would not. That's why I offer my services. If they're not needed, then by all means, you are the governor of Arrakis, my lord. You choose who the prisoner goes to. Harkonnen, Nagara, or the Spacing Guild.
I love this compromise. I assume as well for you, Harkonnen will be a good compromise as well.
Corbus-san says it's not ideal.
Or at least the fair one.
It's a fair compromise.
It will not alleviate much that handing him over to yourselves would. Your views on the Fremen differed from ours, but as Asham Pero said, you are governor of Arrakis. It is your call, and we agree to abide by it, in spite of yourselves.
Good. Very good. Then I trust the prisoner to you, Asham Pero.
He bows graciously. He says, I would be most obliged if I can use some of your Nagaran guards to help escort him to the prison. and I will help deal with him, and I will interrogate him later.
Of course. I will give you some guards for escort.
Okay. And he says thank you. They will take him off and say, until such a time as I do interrogate him, we should get off the streets before the Fremen attack again.
Yes. Let's get back to the functional vehicles quickly.
Yeah. And they will go into the vehicles, whatever's left, push the others off the side of the road to get them out of the way, and then head through the city back onto the concourse until you reach palace. And the palace, as you arrive, looks a lot like this.
Oh, that's
giant,
cool.
Grand place.